Did ancient humans have the correct eyesight and night vision to chase, capture, and kill animals on a regular basis in order to survive?
Anybody that stubbed their toe on a coffee table trying to go to the bathroom at night knows that that's not true. We can't see at night. And carnivores, their vision is actually optimized for night vision. They actually see up to 6 times better than we do in the dark. They have kind of these permanent inbuilt night vision goggles. And that's why if you shine a flashlight in a dog or cat's eyes, it reflects out at you because they literally have a mirror at the back of their retina that amplifies low light levels so that they can see well in the dark. And that's because they're hunting in the dark because their prey animals are sleeping, makes them easier to catch. No, we were safely hunkered down away from anything. We weren't out trying to hunt anything.
What can we eat and do to lower our risk of cancer?
That's a critically important question. And one of the reasons is that because as a physician, one of the things that I often hear cancer patients being told, and it's just, it almost makes me apoplectic, is their doctor will tell them, I don't care what you eat as long as you eat. I just want you to eat whatever. And that is some of the worst advice you could possibly give a cancer patient. And the reason is that studies have shown that when people convert to a plant-based diet, even post-diagnosis, they live longer, their likelihood of a cure is greater, and even if they don't get cured, their time of disease-free survival is increased. But beyond that, there are countless stories of people who've been diagnosed with cancer, who then became vegan and strictly plant-based, who actually went on to cure their cancers with their diet. And, some people may find that incredulous, but actually there are very good reasons for that. And it has to do with what is it that drives cancer. So one of the ways I try to help people conceptualize this is I show people a picture of a cow, of an elephant, and a rhino. And I ask, what's the natural diet for these animals? And they say plants, of course. I'm like, okay, what's the only time in those animals' lives that they eat animal protein? A lot of people will say never. And I say, think about it. When do they eat animal protein? And after they think about it a bit, they say, when they're nursing, when they're babies. I'm like, that's exactly right. And for plant-eating animals, animal protein is a growth signal. It turns on growth genes. It stimulates the liver to release a hormone called insulin-like growth factor that tells cells to grow. Well, if you're an adult and you're signaling your cells to grow, they can't grow. But what they can do is start to form tumors. And a lot of those tumors will be benign, but some of them are going to be cancerous. And this is why people have lipomas and moles and cysts and all of these things is because they're eating this animal protein and or dairy products which are filled with growth stimulants that are turning on growth genes that shouldn't be on. And in an adult, those growth genes are, in essence, oncogenes or cancer-causing genes. And so if someone is diagnosed with cancer, the worst possible thing that they could do is to continue eating animal protein because they're continuing to feed that cancer. It's like if your house catches on fire and you call the fire department and they're in the front pouring water on the fire and you're in the back throwing kerosene on it. It's you're going to eventually die if you don't change your diet. You've got to stop doing the things that are driving the cancer. And those things are the animal protein, the hormone-laden dairy products, the diets that are low in fiber because low fiber diets create inflammation, which studies also show drives cancer. That pro-inflammatory environment in the body drives the cancer cells and makes them more likely to grow. And then the other thing is it's important to switch to a plant-based diet because the plant-based diet will turn off those cancer genes and turn on tumor suppressor genes. And then there are compounds that are in the plant foods themselves, like cruciferous vegetables, that actually are toxic to cancer cells. There are compounds in citrus fruits, lemons, garlic, onions, that actually kill cancer cells. And studies have shown that blood from vegans is 7 to 12 times more toxic to cancer cells than people who eat meat. So it's this two-phase process. You need to turn off the things that are driving the cancer, but start eating the foods that will suppress and kill the cancer cells, and those are the plant foods.